S.G.P.S. We keep one eye open, so you don't have to. Sector 198. You have been of great use to this corporation. Recently, we have had some new employees join you in your sector. This being 1120, 1494, and 2063. This brings your total group 12, 193. 242, 300, 313, 560, 624, 654, 712, 776, 1120, 1494, and 2063. Because of our strict orientation, 7-3 baby SC. Now, on to the mission. You are being called today as the 18th sector to be assigned this operation. One of our entities that was undergoing research at Site 32B, the Oculus, had complications and terminated half of our workforce in 5 minutes during a routine test. As of now, you are in the temporary research safe house. This is the sole safe area on the site. We need you to explore the site, recover info, contain the Oculus, and find out what really happened. Your mission's code name is Operation Blindfold. Explain briefly how this mission should be approached. There are 2 phases, the research phase and the lockdown phase. Right now you are in the lockdown phase, where the blast door is closed and the lights are turned on. This is the phase where you will be given a mission brief, just like this video, that explains what you must do. After this phase ends, the blast doors will be opened and the research phase will start. During this phase you will be completing various tasks depending on what your mission brief tells you to do. The way this phase transitions back into the lockdown phase is when your COO sends out an alarm which signals all employees to come back towards the base. After about 30 seconds of the alarm going off, the blast doors are closed by the COO. The reason these rules are so strict is to prevent the Oculus from getting into the site, and if it feels needed, you are allowed to manually close the doors yourself earlier than the COO would. Just know, if you are left out, you are left out. You are expected to complete all your commissions during the research phase that you are given to your mission brief during the lockdown phase. But if you fail, 1 to 5 people must be forcibly kicked out by the decoder. This is the only time that people are allowed to exit through the side door, and no one is allowed to go into the side door. Ever. Unless you are the decoder. You may be wondering how you're supposed to know whether or not the people you let up have completed their tasks and survived, but don't, because the Oculus will. The things you can do while out there in the lockdown phase is collect papers, revive dead comrades, and take pictures. It is recommended that you don't do any other things than this though. Now, on to your roles in this mission. There are 10 different boxes laid out in front of you. You must choose one at a time in order from lowest to highest number. Afterward, you may trade these boxes before you open them. Once these boxes are opened though, selection is final. These are the rules. The 4 collectors, the strategist, the altruist, the medic, the scout, the decoder, and prevention. Depending on how many of you there is, we may have to adjust the roles a little bit. Your main task most lockdown phases will be collecting files. Files that you get are sealed, and can only be opened by collectors during the lockdown phase. It is recommended to not go over the quota every day for files. Now onto the entity, the Oculus. If you stare into the woods, and the woods seem to stare back at you, look away immediately. Not much is known about the Oculus, except the fact that it hates being looked at, has sensitive hearing, and that people who file reports of a buzzing noise rarely find out where it's coming from. It tracks motion though, not shape. So unless it has already seen you, it is recommended to be incredibly still and quiet. There's much more info about it in the Pack Sector Informatory Book.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, but many are now questioning why millions of taxpayer dollars continue flowing into a private organization the public knows almost nothing about.
As the fall of Berlin signals the weakening of the Soviet Union, critics are asking whether GPS is still necessary. Riots continue across several cities tonight as protests grow against the continuation of the GPS. The government production services accused of financial misconduct and unethical research practices.
Rumors continue to spread regarding unorthodox and increasingly desperate experimentation taking place within GPS facilities. Can these allegations be trusted? More importantly, can they be trusted?
With the Cold War coming to a close, public pressure for the immediate dissolution of GPS has reached an all-time high.
Today, the GPS, the Government Protection Services founded for research, officially ceased operations.
Whatever must have happened, it is up to you to eventually contain it before we come evacuate you. Your mission brief list is to take 5 different photos of the entity and collect 40 files during the research phase. To help you with your first lockdown phase, we are sending an experienced scientist to your camp. This concludes the video, and remember, you are not expected to return. You will be replaced immediately.